Oh, we hit a little snafu in our travel plans. Our 2 o'clock train heading towards Bristol got canceled. Hopefully the 2:30 train doesn't get canceled, or if it does, I don't know what we're going to do. Since we're going to be waiting a little longer at the train station, might as well make the most out of it. A salted caramel latte, iced. The heat wave was wreaking havoc on our travel plans as trains were being canceled. Luckily, the 2:30 train headed towards Bristol was still on schedule. But this meant everybody else was trying to get onto this train. A lot of people were headed towards Portsmouth for the weekend. Whew, made it, but this train is really crowded. We had to fight for luggage space. Bye-bye, Cardiff. We're pulling away. I really hate sitting backwards on a train, but that's okay. I'm just lucky to get a seat on this crowded train. Woo! Well, we got to Bristol in one piece, even though we were packed in there like sardines in a hot can. It was really hot in there. I'm not sure how much taxi ride is, but hopefully a tenner will cover a mile to our hotel because it's too hot to walk to it. I wish I wasn't irritated by being in the heat. I would have loved to explore the Bristol Temple Meads station some more. Yeah, but in the end, we're going to be more environmentally cautious and take the bus. As an American from Southern California, I find public transportation to be a novelty and try to use it as much as possible. It's part of getting the traveler's experience while offsetting some of my carbon footprint. What's good for the locals is good for me too. We stayed at the Mercure Bristol Grand Hotel, which is in the heart of the old city. It may be old, but the interior is modern. Once the temperature cooled down, we took a walk around the old city. Bristol has been around for over 1,000 years and was important for trading due to its location. Now, instead of trading, Bristol is known for having the most pubs per capita. I'll drink to that. Here at Castle Park, you can see the ruins of St. Peter and St. Mary Le Porte churches and parts of Bristol Castle. As we continued our exploration of the old city, we came upon the Corn Exchange. It used to be used for trading, but now it's an indoor market. There's St. John's Gateway, which was the main entryway into the city. The most notable thing about Bristol is the street art. Here's the famous Christmas steps where lots of Instagrammers take pics. But what we were really looking for were pieces by Bristol's most famous street artist, Banksy. Here's Well Hung. And just right below the library is a Banksy stencil. And it says, "You don't need planning permission to build castles in the sky." Here's some Gothic architecture for you, the Bristol Cathedral. I was tempted to dip my feet into the water as we walked along the docks. It's not a Banksy, but I love Wallace and Gromit. They're looking fly in their tracksuits. See what I mean about the pub culture in Bristol? Here's the Bristol Old Vic Theatre, which is the oldest continuously performing theatre in the English-speaking world since 1766. And more pubs. We wanted something light for dinner, so we got some pitas from Hoba. Look how the ice had melted in our drinks, and we got a lot of ice considering we were in the UK. Good morning on this warmish morning. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to run and look for Banksy pieces. So think of this as a Banksy run. Take the money and run. And get the beer. Especially because we're here in Bristol where there's a lot of pubs. I appreciate how some of his pieces are protected. What I love about Banksy is that his works are actually social commentary. And then there she is, Queen Ziggy. Alright, and that's it for the Banksy run. We found 4 pieces, and we gotta get back for breakfast before they stop serving. And we're back, right where we started, and it's still breakfast time. After a run like that, we filled up on the full English breakfast. The cooler way of traveling to the Clifton Suspension Bridge is by bus. What the? That was the bus we're supposed to stop. So early, isn't it? Oh, finally, this bus. Whoa, go, yes, exactly. Glad we got on this bus. We're having some issues right now with buses being full and not enough buses running right now. Probably because of the heat wave, labor shortage, gas shortage, who knows. The views of the bridge and the valley make it worth it to have waited that long for the bus, even though the bus ride wasn't that long. And then we cross to the other side because the bridge is enforcing a one-way system, which is fine. It's good not to bump into other pedestrians going the opposite way like you do on the Brooklyn Bridge. And because we're high up, there's a nice breeze here to cool us down. Because remember, there's a big heat wave this weekend. After the bridge, we walked around this charming neighborhood of Clifton Village. I'm getting some major Regency vibes here. Then it was back to the Bristol city centre, where we were going to spend the afternoon using our all-day bus passes to find a couple of more Banksy pieces. And no, I don't think that's real. It just doesn't have the right vibe. His artwork always has some sort of message to it. Alright, 20 minutes later and 10 buses that passed by, our bus is finally here. We're now on to Banksy's Cats and Dogs. Yes, we probably could have walked it from the hotel because it's like 1.5 miles away, but it's really hot. All right, and one sweaty bus ride later, we finally get to his piece. Wow, first time today where the bus actually came on time. We could have spent the afternoon at the Bristol Art Museum, but what's the fun of it? This is fun, seeking out all the Banksy pieces. We are participating in the artwork itself, in the hunt for them. And we're going down some unlabeled street. I have no idea what street this is, but according to Google Maps, the blue dot is moving in the right direction. This one is controversial because the original art was vandalized. It's unclear if the worker depicted is really Banksy's. I'm going to pretend it is because we worked hard to get to this spot. Back to the old city, and we're walking through St. Nicholas Market, and we got ourselves a green smoothie. We wanted to explore more of the docks in Bristol that evening. What used to be a shipping dock is now an area for bars and eateries. The Wapping Wharf is where shipping containers are reimagined as restaurants. I like the idea of eating at a Michelin bib restaurant that was once a shipping container. It adds to the ambience of this fancy meal. The irony is that we're having tapas in Bristol, such as sardines, molón con jamón ibérico, pork belly croquetas, pujols de gallegos, and patatas. Now that the sun is starting to set, the weather has cooled down, and we're off to see our last Banksy mural for our trip here in Bristol. This was my favorite piece, Girl with a Pearl Eardrum. There's something haunting about the way she looks at you. And her earring? That's a security alarm box. The city comes to life in the evening. After a day of waiting around for buses and running around looking for Banksy pieces, we deserve a cool treat.